Welcome to the BXG Podcast, the podcast where pop culture and nerd culture meet.
You think it's just going to be barbecue sauce?
Because if you actually read those books, it's just gobbledygook.
I really think clothes should be mandatory.
Speaking of Star Wars,
Captain America.
trailer reaction video. What are we calling our work thing? A work in progress?
We're a work in progress.
Work in progress. So I've got one.
Oh, good.
Comes from the social service field, as a lot of these stories do, because I work in the social service field, and so most of my professional acquaintances are in the social service field. But this comes from a woman, who we teased this. Actually, we teased it on last episode at the end of the episode, and this particular lady, this particular woman, has to. Teaches a class. It's like a teen outreach, sex education prep class, right? So one of the modules in this, you know what? I do actually kind of just want to keep it going,
Especially for this.
Yeah. Well, so one of the modules is showing how to the proper use of a condom. And so most places use, for this particular exercise, a phallic fruit or vegetable, such as a banana or a carrot. Right. But not this agency. He's got an Aldi recyclable bag full of big wooden dicks. I'm glad you took a drink right before that.
I did intentionally.
So, 20 kids, and then just 20 wooden cocks. Just take one and pass it along,
Yep, as one does.
Take your big wooden dick and pass it along. and then has to, use this thing to demonstrate. Okay.
Sure.
So I guess my question is like terminology, because I know from working in social services, working with, adolescents and teenagers, is that you need to meet them on their level. Man. Right. You got to meet them on their level. And so I feel like, if you're hesitant here with this implement, you just got to tell them, look, you grab it by the shaft, try not to get any balls in there, and just,
just do it.
Just roll it on down. How do you think, actually, let me ask you this, because some of the courses, same age group as you, how would you fare? Doing this demonstration with just a nice... Oh, there we go. You got a little sax in there.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
No, that's nice.
Okay. So
with the big wooden dick.
I don't know if I can talk over this. The sax going. Sax on the beach. So last year, when I teach my religion class, that looks very... I should have screenshotted that. Damn it.
That's the thumbnail.
Yeah, good thumbnail for this. I had my religion book has a thing about all that, sort of, but in the religious context.
Sure.
So I actually started my class like this, where I go, all right, I don't want to teach this, and you don't want to hear me talk to you about this.
Right.
So I'm going to make you a deal. I'm going to talk for however long this takes for me to talk through it. You're going to shut your mouths, and we're never going to talk about it again. And that's exactly what I did. Yeah. And I only had half the class because they had this special retreat thing for the other half.
Right.
And one of the kids in my class wasn't there, who could not have handled it. He just know his maturity level is very...
Yeah.
It's one of those things where he probably is around stuff where he knows what this is more than probably other, but he also just can't handle it. And so or she. I guess I cover my bases here, but
or who knows?
Or who knows? And one of the kids in my class came up to me. One of the kids came up to me at the end of it, and she very calmly was just like, "Mr. Filson, I know that was tough." And she's like, "But how do you feel if so and so was here?" And I go, "Blank. There's a reason why I picked this day to teach it." And that was it. And it just left it. And it was the assignment on the board for the kids that weren't there was to read that. And it said, if you have any questions, you have your parents. Mr. Filson isn't doing this because this is right before you fully engulf yourself in that stuff. It's not part of what I think I should be getting paid for on that end of things. You have a health teacher coming or something like that to fully get in there for that age, like a little bit 6th grade. That's why it's either 5th grade or I'm teaching like 12th grade math where it's just, they're beyond it. They don't even care. They just show up. They're obviously talking about things like that, but it's not part of the curriculum. I'm talking about math. I'm just talking about
you never know
math.
Those hypotenuses and
there's
angles
and all that, but
all the tangents, and cosines,
all those tangents. That's why I'm taking the route that I want to take for. Honestly, that was one of the big things and it was the original day was going to be a day, and then I had jury duty, and it was on my schedule for that week, and my sub came in and she's like, "I'm not teaching that," and I didn't blame her. And I was like, I didn't mean to. It was just on my plans for that week. I didn't know I'd have jury duty or whatever. And then she left note saying I didn't teach that, and I was like, it's fine. But that's tough. That's tough for anyone. The biggest question I have for this is, who's making these wooden devices?
Do you think that they get them? Like, this is just like a off-brand of flashlight or something.
I mean, honestly, it's just it sounds funny to say, but it has to be something like that. It can't be
you would
imagine. Nothing. So
the form of it is unnecessary. Like, if you just want to have like something that's just like a cylinder or whatever,
right.
Round it off.
It can be
I don't think that you need like the full like mushroom tip on this thing.
You don't need any of that.
No, just use a banana. Although I guess, wooden dicks are reusable. So there's that.
I guess.
I guess in the long run, they pay for themselves.
I guess there's the thing, but you can eat the banana after you're done.
Oh, would you eat a banana that had a condom on it?
Well,
I know it's the peel, but it's still the point. It's just the principle.
Maybe make a banana bread, let it sit out for a little while, ripen up nice.
Well,
don't let anybody just give
any unripe bananas. Yeah, because you won't live to eat them. Yeah.
Just give them to your cafeteria. Tell them to make banana bread in a couple days. Nobody's the wiser.
What else can you like? But maybe I don't know. Whatever.
Banana
you know
muffins.
what?